Welcome everyone to today's movie. In today's movie, we're going to use Excel to calculate descriptive statistics for some numerical data. So we want to calculate an average, we want to calculate a measure spread, we want to calculate a measure shape, and we want to create the histogram using Excel. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go to the Excel solution. So you can see the Excel solutions on the screen. And we have there's our data, which is our e-commerce example data from the book. This is the function method that you can see on the screen there. But Excel also has a data analysis descriptive solution that you can see here. The key formulas are on the right hand side, and this is a copy of an Excel histogram for this data set, which we'll come to shortly. So let's look at the function method first. So if you want to count the number of numbers there, well, we know it's 25 because luckily I've put the ID in there. We know there's 25 numbers, but we can use the Excel function count from B4 to B28 to give us a 25. So we've got 25 numbers. Now, because we're dealing with numerical data, then we'll use the mean as our average. And the Excel function to calculate that is average. So equal average B4 to B28 gives us a mean value of 71.76. Now, if we assume that this data is a sample from a population, then we have to calculate a sample standard deviation and a sample variance. If this data set is the entire population, then we can calculate a population standard deviation and a population variance. Now, when we come on to parametric testing later on, then we'll be using the sample standard deviation and the sample variance. So the sample variance in Excel is given by the Excel function stdev.s, and then you cell B4 to B28. The sample variance is given by the Excel function var.s and then B4 to B28. So you can see that the sample standard deviation is 4.74 to 2 decimal places. Now, if the data was the population data, then we use the Excel function stdev.p for the population standard deviation, and we use var.p for the population variance. And as you can see there, the population standard deviation is 4.64 to 2 decimal places. Now, what we can also then do is we want to know whether or not this distribution of e-commerce marks is symmetric. And to do that, we have a statistical test value, which is called Fisher's skewness. And we can use the Excel function skew for cells B4 to B28 to give us a value of 0.001. What we want to know is this value close to 0? Okay, so this value gives us a measure of symmetry. And we'll go into this in a bit more detail when we talk about tests of normality later on. Okay, we've also got Fisher's kurtosis, which is a measure of the peakiness compared to a normal distribution, etc. Okay, and if you want information about that, please go back to the book. Now, please note for skewness, the skew function name is for the sample, but Excel also has skew.p if you want the population value, just like you did for the standard deviation variance there. Now, you can calculate the median using the median function, or you can use the quartile.exc Excel function, and it'll give you exactly the same values as you can see on the screen. You can calculate the mode using the Excel function mode, but please note when we're doing descriptives and when we're doing parametric and all that sort of hypothesis testing, confidence intervals, etc., we would never use the mode as our measure of average, mainly because obviously you can have more than one value. What we want to be doing is we either using the mean for the parametric or we're using the median for the non-parametric testing, etc. That comes later in the book. Okay, we've also got something else called the standard error. Okay, and we have two values, of course. One is the standard error as human sample data, and the other one is the standard error as human population data. And remember, the standard error is just the standard deviation divided by the square root of n. Okay, now the other method is to use the data analysis descriptives tool. So you click on data analysis, click on descriptive statistics. Okay, you've got to tell it where your data set is. Now please note I've got B3 to B28 because I've got the label in the first row, which is e-commerce marks. I want to put the data's in the column. I want to put the output range in I3, but actually I'm going to change that. Give me 1 second, and I'm just going to put it there. That's where it should be. So it should be cell, oops, 1 second, an error. It should be in cell H4. There we are. Okay, and click on summary statistics. And you've got some other summary descriptive stats you can calculate, but we don't need to look at that this moment in time. Click OK, and what you'll find is these numbers then appear. So there's the mean value, 71.76, the same as that. There's your standard deviation. Please note what it gives you, Excel. It gives you the sample value, 4.7370877. The sample variance, it gives you that as well. It gives you the kurtosis value, and it gives you the skewness. Remember, look, that's the sample value that we talked about earlier on. It also gives you the median, which is 72, and the mode, which is 74. And it'll also give you the standard error. If you look at the standard error, you'll see it's the sample value it gives. Now, okay, so that's using the data analysis descriptives tool. But if you want the histogram as well, then all you've got to do is click on insert. Now you've got to select your data first, of course, and then choose your histogram there, as you can see on the screen. Okay, so that's some introduction to descriptive statistics using Excel. Okay, in the next movie, we'll be looking at how we do descriptive statistics using SPSS. Okay, bye for now.